Welcome. So, in the last session, we began a series where we solve 50, where we attempt to solve 50 practice questions using the northwind database. So, we've solved one question 1 to 25 in the part one of this particular series. And today, we're going to take question 26 all through to 50 as quickly as we can. And like I said in the previous video, this video really is not where we like explain a lot of concepts. This is just where we solve problems. So if there are concepts that you see in this video that you are not quite comfortable with yet or you're not familiar with, you can always refer back to the videos on that particular or on those particular topic within this playlist. So let us get right back to it. So we are on question 26. So copy that question, go into our workbench, our IDE, and paste that in, then format it nicely. So the question here is to create a report that shows the postal code, order ID, order date, required date, ship address of all orders with ship code beginning with 98124. So we can check orders table and make sure we have something like ship postal code there. So there's ship postal code, so that's fine. We're going to say select, then we say from orders. You can go order ID, order date, um, required date, shipped date. You can also get ship postal code. I'm not sure this order date is correct. Order date, let's check it there. Okay, it's actually correct. It's order date. Right. So you see from orders, and the condition is that where ship code begins with 98114. So you see where ship postal code, like, we use the like keyword, and it is begins with 98114. So we go 98214, and we use our percent sign. That is, starts with 98214, then anything can come after that. So that is basically the solution to that, and we can run this and see. So apparently there is no postal code with that starts with 98214. And to be extra sure, we can actually go double check so we can get all of the information there. So really, if you go through all of this information here, you're probably not going to find any that starts with 9814. Oh, is it? No, 98124. This is it here. So that's a mistake. We typed 9814. And this is the reason why I like to double check my queries, make sure that it's it's actually correct. Sometimes, sometimes that is going to be very tedious to do, and nothing beats writing the correct query. But then there are sometimes you can actually double check. So this is a mistake on our part. It is not on my part. It is not it's a mistake on my part. It is not 98214. It is 98124. So we can run that and see. All right, there are a lot of them actually. So these are like the ones that starts with 9824. Although 9824 is the only thing there. So that solves that particular problem. And we can move on to the next one. So 27, create a report. Let's go back to workbench, paste that. So that is create a report that shows the contact title, company name of customers that has no sales in their contact title. So we're going to select um contact. That's going to be from shows the contact name. Okay, from customers. It's going to be from customers. So we want to get number one contact name, contact title, company name of customers that has no sales in their title. So we can go where not contact title, like that is, we must not be able to find sales anywhere in their contact title, basically. So you're saying if we search through their contact title, there must not be sales there. So if we run this, so you're going to see that all of these contact title, you don't have sales there. You just have like marketing manager, IT, owner, accounting manager, stuff like that. If I should remove this not, that is going to return only people with sales. Can you see? So sales rep, sales agent, sales manager, assistant sales, associates, and stuff like that. So those are the people that we don't want to see. The people that we want to see are people that do not have sales in their contact title. That was pretty straightforward. And we are off to the next one. So 28, can copy 28 here. And let's see. So that's to create a report that shows the last name, first name, city of employees. Shows the last name, first name, city of employees in cities other than Seattle. So we go select from employees. So we are to create a report that shows the last name, first name, city of employees in cities other than Seattle. Let's check if there is city in this version of uh Northwind. So we check employees. I'm not sure. Oh, there is. That's great. So say from employees, select last name, first name, city, where not city equals Seattle. So we run that, and we see all of our employees city: Tacoma, Kirkland, Redmond, London, and there is no mention of Seattle here. So that solves that. We will check the next one, and that is going to be to create a report. That's 29. Create a report that shows the company name, let's see. Create a report that shows the company name, contact title, country of all customers in any city in Mexico. Can be anywhere in Mexico or other cities in Spain other than Madrid. That is every city in Mexico, every city in Spain except Madrid. So we go select from customers, and we go company name, contact title, city, country, That's everything we need. So you say where um not no, let's say where country, that's the right thing. In we can open our bracket, sorry, we can open our bracket and go Spain, comma Mexico and city not equals something like this. Madrid. Perfect. So we are saying give us as long as the country is one of Spain or Mexico, that is fine. And the city is not Madrid. So if we run this, we have, all of the Mexico cities are going to be here, and all of the Spanish cities are going to be here, except Madrid. So you have Barcelona, you have Sevilla, and all of those places, and you're not going to find Madrid there. So that's the way you solve that. Then let's go for the 30th one. So it says create a statement that outputs the following. Let's just let's just go in and look at it. So it outputs, I think this is employee name, and we write can be reached at then this 5467, maybe it's their phone number or their code, postal code, stuff like that. So firstly you say 30, and to solve 30, let's firstly go into employees and check what is in there. Okay, we're already in employee. So I'm guessing, okay, first we want this one say select. If we go first name, let's go from employees like this. So we can say first name, last name, comma, let's add can be reached at, then comma. I'm guessing this thing here is um maybe postal code. Let's check. Or phone. Let's check if there is phone. Nope. Okay, extension. Let's check postal code first. There's postal code. So let's check. Then after checking, we are going to concatenate if that is the right thing. So let's see. I think so. Maybe not, because this is showing something like some 4 digits, in some cases 3 digits. Let's go check extension, and we run that. Yeah, right. So it's extension 5467. So now you're going to see that we have this thing in different columns, and in the solution here, it is just in one column. Everything is just like written in one column. So to achieve that, we are going to be using concat. So just concatenate all of these things. So we say concat. Open our bracket, say concat first name, concat it with separator. I think that is, yep, concat it with separator. This is so that it does not merge the whole thing together. We want space there. Also, we concat this with separator also. Then can be reached at. Then here we have a separator here, and we have the letter X, and we have comma here. So we run this. So it's basically first name space, last name space can be reached at space X, and there is no space between X, this X, and the last extension here. Then the alias is contact info. So we say as contact info. So that is that, and we run it and we see. So this is exactly what they ask us to return. So we can see Nancy Davolio can be reached at X5467 and Drusilla can be reached at X3457, like that, exactly the way this is structured. So that is 31. And concat, I think yes, we've absolutely covered. There's a video in this playlist on function, and one of the text functions that we covered in that particular video is the concat function. The concat function. All right. So, right. Let us keep going. So 31. Let's see what that is. We go dash dash, control V, dash dash, and dash dash. So create a report that shows the contact name of all customers that do not have letter A as the second alphabet in their contact name. That do not have letter A as the second alphabet. So that is definitely going to be a case of a function called, I think that is going to be substring. All right, so sorry for the break. Like I said earlier, okay, create a report that shows the contact name of all customers that do not have letter A as the second alphabet in their contact name. So that is either going to be a case of um, substring. We can use a function called substring, or another thing that we can use, which I'm thinking is going to be an easier alternative, is the like. So we can actually use the like also, like we've been doing. So how does that work? We're going to say select um, contact name. Let's go from customers. Then go up and say contact name. Contact name. Um, that's the only thing. Create a report that shows the contact name of all customers. So that's the only thing. Then we can come here and add our where clause. Where contact name that do not have letter A. Where not contact name like, then we can go like this. Say anything starts second letter has to be A, then anything can come after. So we can run this and check. So if we run this, we see we have Anna, Antonio, Thomas, stuff like that. So all of these guys, the second letter in their name is not A. So I should do where contact name. Like I removed the not. So we're only going to get people. Can you see Maria, Anna, Lawrence, Patricio, people whose second letter in their name is A. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's move to the next one, and the next one is question, 32. And question 32 is to create a report that shows the average. Okay, let's copy this, go in here, paste it, next line, here also, next line, here also, next line. So create a report that shows the average price rounded to the next whole number, total price, unit stock, blah 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 of orders from the product table. All saved as average price. So we can do select, it's going to be from products because that's where we're getting that from. And we can go AVG unit price as this one here, average price, comma. Okay, that has to be rounded to whole number. So we can say round with all of this. I mean, we've touched on the round function also in the previous class. So total number is round zero. Total price of unit stock. That's going to be some units in stock as total stock, comma. Next one is max. Max of what? Number of orders. Number of orders on product. Do you have like number of orders in products? Let's check. Units in number of maximum number of orders. What's that column? Principal units, units, prices, unit, maybe units on order. Maybe that's what it means. Units on order. So we come in here and add units on order as max order. And that's it. That solves it. So we can end that and yeah, run it. So we have average price, total stock, max order. Perfect. Next one, 33. We can copy this. Excuse me. We can copy it like this and come here. And that's going to be, yeah, maybe like this. Yeah. So this one is to create a report that shows the supply ID, company name, category name, product name, and unit price from the product, suppliers, and categories table. So we are going to be doing our first join. So it's going to be select. That's going to be from uh, products and suppliers. So we can go from supplier. Actually, let's write it normally so that it does not get confusing. That is if you are still like using this to, log down some join concepts that you've learned in the past. So I'm going to select s.supplier ID, comma, create a branch the supplier ID, company name, and category name from product table. Okay, this one should be p dot supplier ID, p dot company name, p dot category name. Then we can go to the next comma, we can go to the next line, and oh, there's still unit price to p dot unit price, and there's product name to p dot product name. Then what other thing? That is all from the product suppliers, and oh, these things are distributed across different tables. There are some in product table, some in suppliers table, some in categories table. So for example, I'm guessing this category is going to be c dot category table. S probably should be s dot supplier ID. Company name should be s dot company name too. Then P is going to be product unit price, product name. So we are joining three tables together. We're going to say from, and it's going to be from those three tables that I've mentioned now. So it's going to be um from customers table. I'm sorry, I said customers table. From product P, join no, from products as P, and say join. What are we joining to that? If you check suppliers, I'm 100% sure that suppliers has a relationship with products. So the relationship is supplier ID, and if you check products table, you're going to find supplier ID there also. So you say join, excuse me, backspace this one time, say join suppliers as S on S dot supplier ID equals P dot supplier ID, and also join category. So is there a relationship? Let's check categories table. Category ID. I think products should have category ID. Yeah, products does. So we are going to join categories as C on C dot category ID plus P dot category ID. And that's all. So we run that and we see our outcome. This is our outcome here. Company name, category name, unit price, product name. Perfect. So let's get on the next one. It says create a report that shows the customer ID sum of freight from the others table with sum of freight greater than $200 grouped by customer ID. Int. We are going to use group by an having statement. That is quite obvious. We come here. So now, what do we do in this case? It is actually not difficult. All we have to do is select, let's say from, since everything that we are getting is coming from the same table, so from orders, and select customer ID, then sum of freight as sum underscore freight. We can see as total freight anyhow. From orders table, oh, that's the only thing interesting. From orders table with sum of freight greater than, so we can go from customers from orders table. Now let's go check grouped by what? Grouped by customer ID. So let's add that here, grouped by. Let's see, so we can contrast this. So grouped by customer ID. So select customer ID sum price as sum of freight from order. So we can say group by customer ID, or you can say group by one. Then there's a clause. The clause is that from order still with sum of freight greater than $200. So you cannot do that with a where clause. You have to do that with having clause. So you say having sum of freight greater than 200. Having sum of freight greater than 200. So if we run that, all of the sum of freight that are going to be, oops. Okay, yeah. All of the sum of freight that are going to see here, they are all going to be greater than 200. So that is 30, what? I think 34. That's 10 questions in. We can say 34. Now let's move on. Create 35. Excuse me. Control C. So here we check this and we add this. So we want to create a report that shows the order ID, contact name, unit price. So select from order details, orders, and customers. So we have three tables and there's going to be a join. So we're going to say select O dot order ID, contact name. That's going to be from customer C dot contact name. I could be wrong. Oh, I know I'm not. Uh, order details. Unit price is going to be from order details. So we say OD dot unit price, OD dot quantity, dot quantity, and discount. OD dot discount also. OD dot discount from order details as OD, join orders as O on O dot Order ID equals od dot order ID. Join customers as C on C dot customer ID equals O dot customer ID. Perfect. It says others and customers with discount given on every purchase. So we've added that. So if we run this, we see customer name, unit price, quantity, order ID, then discount that was given on each of those purchases. So that's the 35th one. We go to the next one, 36. And int, there is self join in 36. So we'll see how that works. Let's just copy this. So, and we've also covered self join in the previous videos. So you might want to look that up too. It's a very, very simple concept and something you're going to understand by just carefully going through that video. So we want to create a report that shows the employee ID, last name, first name as employee, and the last name and first name of who they report to as manager. So we do not have a manager's table. And the idea behind that is it is our employees also that we are um, um that we are also promoting to managers. So how do we now do that? We join those table on themselves. Like we join those that particular one table, we join it on itself. And how does that work? So we are going to say select. Let's start as like this s dot employee ID, excuse me, employee ID, s dot last name, s like as in staff. In fact, let me write it fully. Staff dot employee ID, staff dot last name, staff dot first name. Good. That shows employee ID the last name and first name as employee. Oh, so in this case, it is going to be in bracket like this, and we're going to concat. Concat. Actually, let's use concat with separator and like this, and as employee. So that's what we've done here. We've done this. Now the next thing they're asking us to do is get first name and last name of employees again as manager. That is who these employees report to as manager. So we're going to go concat with separator again. It's going to be comma manager dot first name, comma manager dot last name as uh let's see um I don't want to call it manager because we are already calling this manager like the name of the table. So it does not make sense to call the name of this one. So let's say managers. So that's going to be from where? So it's going to be from employees, right? Then we now point each of those employee ID to reports to. So this is what I mean. I'm going to say, because at the end of it, we want to return all of the employees. So we're going to say from employees table as staff, join employees as manager on every manager um, employee ID. That is manager dot employee ID like this must be equals to employees must be equals to staff dot staff dot reports to. That is, if somebody's employee ID is the same thing as the person that the staff reports to, then there is a manager, you know, employee relationship between the two of them. So if we run this, let's check that. Now, you're going to see that W Nancy reports to Andrew, Janet reports to Andrew, Peacock Margaret, that's such a horrible name. Peacock reports to Andrew, Buchanan also. Then the only person that does not report to anybody is Andrew. You won't find Andrew's name here. And Andrew is still our staff. So probably what we should do is we should left join. So we say left join. So if we run that, now we find Andrew's name, but with a null. So can you see? Fuller Andrew, this guy, this Andrew Fuller guy, is going to be empty. So Andrew does not report to anybody. And this thing that you just seen now, joining a table on itself, employees and employees, is what we call self join. And I've covered that extensively, probably maybe with this particular example. I remember, but I know we've covered that. So 37. And what is in 37? Come here. Perfect. Perfect. So we want to create a report that shows the average, minimum, and maximum unit price of all products as average price, minimum price. That's fairly easy also. See, average, minimum, and maximum unit price of all products. That's going to be AVG of all products. So unit price as average price. Average price. Let's actually do from product so that we can get suggestions. Then we can come here to the top here and say comma mean unit price as minimum price. Then last one is going to be max unit price as maximum price. And that is it. We run that and we have our outcome for unit price, average unit price, maximum unit price, and minimum unit price. That is just the way you do something like that. So far so good. Like I've been saying, all of these things is just understanding the problem at hand and knowing just how to turn that into a query. So let's get into the next one. But before that, let's end this particular quote here. Come here and end this. Then we'll go into the next one. And that's going to be question 38. And we create a view. Let's create a view. Let's copy that 38 from here and say, what I'm trying to do is create a view. This is the next line. Come here also. So the question is simple. It says create a view. And I don't think we mentioned view. And the reason why we didn't mention view is because, in my opinion, view does not really have um, any real application in SQL for data analytics or data science, in my opinion. And the reason is this, everything you would use view for as a data analyst or a data scientist, you can use CTE for them. So view is a way of creating temporary tables in SQL. And views, the only difference between views and CTE really is that whenever you create a temporary table with views, it gets stored, it gets saved in your database schema. You know, if you check your database schema here, you're going to see views, and for every views that you create, it is going to get listed here. But in the case of CTEs, it does not get stored in the schema. Just save it temporarily in memory, and after the runtime, after the execution of the CTE, if it vanishes into thin air. So it is much more memory efficient. Views are much more memory efficient. CTEs are much more memory efficient than views. And the only thing that views does is it saves that thing for you. It saves it in memory. So let's move on. How do we create view? So with CTE you do with sorry with then the name of the city, name of city, as then you open brackets and write the whole thing in there. But for view, we've covered city extensively, so you can go check that out. So for view, the way we do that is we say create view, then the name of the view. So in this, they say we should name it customer info. So we say customer info as. So in the case of view, you don't need brackets, so you just go select, you just write the logic that you want to put in the view. So we say select customer ID, company name, contact name, all of this from customers and others. So you can say from others as O, join customers as C on C dot customer ID equals O dot customer ID. So we can come here and say select customer ID. That's going to be C dot customer ID, comma C dot company name, comma C dot contact name, comma C dot contact title, comma C dot address, comma, that's a lot, C dot city, C dot country, C dot phone, O dot order date, O dot required date, O dot shipped date. Yes, that is the entire solution. So if I should run that, it worked, but we didn't get any output because what we did is created a view. So we just come to this place and refresh this, and you can come into the view, sorry, and come down here, click on views, and you're going to see customer info somewhere there. So this is it here, customer info, and if we click on it, you see all of those things that we've listed earlier: customer ID, company name, contact name, all of that. And if you want to query against it, you do it exactly the way you query against customer table. So you say from customer info. So if you run that, it displays everything that we've listed, all of this thing that we listed here. So that is how you write views. Now, next question is question 39. Now, the question is to change the name of the view from customer info, that's interesting, to customer details. That is very, very easy to. And okay, let me remove this. We don't need this. We actually treat views like they are tables. So we rename views exactly the way we rename tables. So how do we do that? The question is to change the name of the view you created from customer info to customer details. So we are going to say rename table customer info. Don't forget, that's the only thing you need to remember from that is that there's no rename view. We treat views like they are tables. So rename table customer info, rename it to customer details. And since there is no underscore here, I mean, you could either do customer underscore details like this. But if you want to enforce this space, which is a very, very bad idea, generally in programming, space is not your friend. So, especially when you are declaring variable names and stuff like that. So, for you to actually do that, you use the inverted quotes under your escape key. So, you say customer info. So, if we run this, it has worked. If we, oh, I'm not supposed to rename it customer info. It was supposed to be customer details, but actually, let's refresh this, recreate the view like this, uh, and that's done. So then rename it from customer info to customer details. So then we run that too, and if you run this, you're going to see customer details here. And this is the customer info we mistakenly created earlier. So I'm just going to drop now. So that is how to solve that. Then question 40. What is that one? It says create a view. Why are we creating so many views? Create a view named product details that shows the product ID, blah blah blah. Wow. Okay, this is actually to show how to drop views. Yeah. So let's copy that 40, paste it. That's a lot of things I want to write, and they are just like basic things. Um, yeah, also. Right. So yeah, it says create a view. You already know how to create view, so we say create view product details as say product ID. How many tables? Suppliers, products, and category. That's a lot. But no problem. Let's run it. P assume P okay, select P dot product ID S dot company name P dot product name C dot category name description. I don't know which one has description, so let's go check description. Maybe products. It's going to have description. Nope, it is not product. Maybe it's categories. Yes, it is categories. So we go C dot description. Mhm. E dot quantity per unit. P dot unit price. P dot units in stock. P dot units on order. Why do we need so many columns? Like, my God, P dot reorder level. And I think P dot discontinued. Discontinued. Wow. From the suppliers. I'm missing comma here. suppliers S. Or yes, you can. You don't have to put as every time. So you can say from suppliers S join products P on P dot supplier ID equals S dot supplier ID join category C on C dot category ID equals P dot category ID. So that is that. That is the views created, and we've done all of the joins. So we run that. We have an error. It says unknown column category name. So our spelling of category is wrong. Let's rerun that. Yeah, that's what. So if you check, if you refresh your schema here and come come to views, you are definitely going to find product details somewhere there. So these product details that we've just created here. So let's go check the next thing. So the next one is to drop the customer details views. That customer details views that we created earlier, we are to drop it. And like I said, you can, let me copy this. That's question 41. Control C, come here. To drop view, we just say drop view, not drop table this time. Say drop view. I think the name is customer detail because we added that space earlier. Customer details. And let's firstly check it. If you check here, you're going to see customer details. This is the customer details. So let's now run this. And you're going to see that it's gone. Before we even refresh it, it is gone. So that's how you drop views. Then it says create a report that fetch the first five character of category name as of category tables and renamed as short info. So that's a case of substring that I mentioned earlier. The function to do that is actually this is actually very easy to 42 control V. Then we can this. So what they ask us to do is create a report that fetches the first five character of category name from the category table and rename it as and renamed as short info. So that's two columns. Then say select category name, comma, substring, this particular substring. And substring takes two parameters. I think we covered it in function also. Takes two parameter. First parameter is what you want to substring, which is category name. And it's not actually two parameters, it's more than two, maybe three. So you say one, that is where you want to start counting from, where you want to start slicing from, where you want to start counting what to slice from. I don't know if that makes sense. So 1 to 5, since it is the first five, as short info from categories. Now, if we run this, we get, yeah. So beverages is bever, condiments is condi. So what I meant earlier is if I had done this to 2 to 5, it's going to start from this EVER. So if I should run that, it's going to be EVERA. So EVERA. So we are saying start from 2 and count 5 audio says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So that is how substring works. Right. So let's move to the next one. We have 8 questions to go, and that's going to be everything. So it says, I don't know why this thing is asking us to do so many view operations. So it says create a copy of the shippers table as shippers duplicate, then insert a copy of shippers data into the new table. Now, so basically, this is just to show that you can create. These are not really data analytics kind of operation or data science kind of operation really with SQL, but I mean, let's see how it's done. So to create a table that mirrors another table, it is going to have the schema of that table, and we can use the like keyword. So let's copy this first and go to this page and paste it. So this is what I mean. It says create a report that fetch the first five. No, no, that's the wrong one. Firstly, we have 42, 42 here. Let's remove that. Then here, question. This is the question that we are on. Control V. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to firstly create a table that looks like shippers table. So we're going to say create table. They ask us to name it as shippers duplicate, and the keyword to use is like. So we want to like copy the whole schema structure. So we say like shippers, and we end it. So the moment we do this, it's going to create a table that looks like shippers, right? Then we can insert into those tables. We can say insert into, and in our very first class, we've seen how uh, how to insert data into tables. So say insert into the name of the table, then you can open bracket and say values, then pass all of the values. But in this case, we are not doing that. We just want to pass select star everything that is inside the shippers. That's what we want to pass into. So if we run these two, actually we copy these two and we run it. And it ran. So if we should make this smaller now and refresh this, there's now a new table called shippers duplicate that has the same size inside shippers. And if we try to select star on it, we are going to have the same thing that we have inside shippers. That is, this is a mistake. 42, 43, so this one 43. So that is the way to do something like that. So it says create a select statement that outputs the following from the shippers duplicate. Okay, so from shippers duplicate table, we can just run select star. So we come here, Control C, and we paste this 44. So we come here and just say select. What is that they are returning? It's just the basic thing. So we just say select star from shippers. If we run that, gives us this. Theirs have email. Ours does not have email address, but we can actually create one if we want. If we want to like return something like this, we can do it with concat. So we can say select shipper ID, company name, comma phone. So we can say concat. Let's just go to the next line. Concat, and it is going to be, how did they even write it? Okay, the name at gmail.com. So it'll be company name, comma at gmail.com, like this, as I think email. Yeah, email. So if we run that, that is going to return. So that is it. Speedy Express at Gmail. United Package at Gmail. Federal Shipping at Gmail. But I'm guessing in their own case, it comes with it comes straight from the database. And there are a lot of things that you can do to actually remove this space. One of the things that we can do, and we are going to have to write like a long query. We are going to have to do city, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to complicate this more than it should, or should we? All we have to just do is substring this from 1 to um, whatever number of value this is, then do the same thing, or just extract it out, turn it to lower, then add it back together. We can do that, but don't let us like overcomplicate this whole thing. So say 45, question 45, and that's going to be with the reports that shows category control V. So question is, create the report that shows the category name and product name for all products in the seafood category. So select company name, product name from all products in the seafood category. So say from categories where, let's check categories table first and see what is there. Category, okay, where category name? Hmm. Where category name equals seafood. And another thing that we could do is we have to do a join because well, product name is inside product name. So say from categories C, join products P on P dot join products P on P dot category ID equals C dot category ID. But the interesting thing here is that we do not know, we don't know if um let's check. We don't know if product company name. There's no company name here, so let's check products table. Do we have company name in products table? There is no company name in products table. So what company name are they talking about? Maybe suppliers. We check suppliers. Yeah, there's company name in suppliers, there's company name in shippers also. So company name, yeah. So we come here and we say we have to join that. So we say join suppliers S on S dot S dot um supplier ID equals P dot supplier ID. So if we run that, yeah, that should do it. It returns the company name, product name, and all of these products are going to be from the seafood category, like we've specified here. Perfect. So the next one is going to be question 46. So create a report that shows the category ID, company name, and product name from all products in the category ID 5. That's fairly easy too. Maybe let's just copy this 46 and 47 also together and go back here. Control V. Then we can go like this. This is perfect. Then we can go like this. So great. Create a report that shows the category ID, company name, and product name from all products in the category ID 5 table. So we say select category, category um, ID, company name, product name, the same thing. I'm just going to copy this one. Say That we don't keep typing and typing and typing. So Control V here. So this is basically C dot. This one is S dot, and this one is P dot. So if we run that, we get this output. Oh, we are not done. Where C dot category ID equals 5. That is the correct thing. So we see that we just have in category 5. So the next one is to delete the shippers duplicate table. We created a shippers duplicate table and we had to delete it. And the way we delete it is easy. You say drop shippers or drop table, sorry, drop table. Okay, we didn't end this way. Drop table shippers duplicate. Perfect. So we run that and it's gone. There's no shippers duplicate here anymore. The next question, 48, create a statement, a select statement that outputs the following from the employees table. The age might differ depending on when we are attempting this. Last name, first name, title, age, and we append years to the age. So it's easy. Now let's just copy 48. Let's see what is in 49. Okay, so come here, 48, and that is going to be like this. I've copied 48 twice. So I didn't say what did we ask us to do? 48 is okay. Name, okay, that's perfect. Select first name, last name. I think the next one is, let's check employees, title, and their age. So their age is going to be concat, and we can go here. We extract the year out of their birth date, and that should be subtracted from 2025. This is, we are writing this in 2025. So concat 2025 minus year of birth date as age. And here we are going to comma this and say, what do you add there? Years. So it's going to be years like that. But we need to add space like that. So we're going to say from employees. And if we run that, we are going to get the exact thing that they got. So we have Nancy 77 years, 73 years, 62 years, 65 years, like that. So that is this, and we are fine. Then question number 49. That's create a report that shows the company name, total number of orders by customer, renamed as number of orders since December 31, 2024. Show number of orders greater than 10. And that's interesting. So we can come here, remove this, and paste this. So let's see. Create. This is the wrong way to spell December. December. Yeah. So create a report that shows the company name and total number of orders by customer renamed as number of orders. Company name by that customer. You know, our customers are companies. So I think what they mean is this. Select C dot company name, right? Comma, then we count O dot order ID, that is the number of orders that customer has gotten as number of orders since December 31, 2024. So that's going to be from orders as O, join customers as C on C dot customer ID plus O dot customer ID, where where it says since 31 1994 December, so it's going to be where order date, so where O dot order date is greater than, that is from that place, greater than 1994 1231. Then another thing is they're asking us, we need to group firstly. So we group by, before we do having, group by C dot company name. Then they're now saying you should only show number of orders greater than 10. So we're going to say having number of orders greater than 10. Perfect. So if we run this, we see this. So these are all of the orders greater than 1994 that is since at least must have been ordered from 1994 to 31, then up until this day. Then these are the company names of our customers, and all of the others are more than 10. Oof. So last one, 50 drum rolls, and we are supposed to create a select statement that outputs the following from the product table and return just 77 rows. So firstly, the way for us to do that is, let's come here and say 50, and you know, let's firstly select star from product so that we see how all of that looks. Sorry, next line from products, exactly like this. So if we run that now, so we see that the chai thing is, this chai is the product name. This one here, so we are going to say select. So it's going to be concat since we are adding everything in the same table. So we're going to say product name, sorry, product name. And the way I'm thinking about it is ways. Okay, we should use concat with separator. So we say concat underscore ws. And first one is product name. And we are saying ways, I think ways, and we say comma, ways. Then they have this, I don't know, maybe ls thing that they wrote there. Okay, it's is, ways is. Then 10 boxes by 20 bags. Where do we have that? This quantity per unit. So we say comma, quantity per unit. I don't know why this is not suggesting false. Oh, perfect. So next one is, what is that? And costs, then the price. See again, and costs, then I think unit price. So unit price, unit price in dollars. Unit price does not come with dollars. So and costs. That's interesting. We cannot use concat with separate unless if we want to run another concat within that. So we can say concat, then we say dollar sign. Let me move this all the way to this side, comma, unit price, then we can close this bracket. And what is the stuff that they give it? Product info as product info. Then we can come all the way here and say limit it to 77. They ask us to return only 77. So if we run that, I mean, the whole thing is here. So, hold on. Product name, select concat. Oh, sorry. The first thing is the first parameter in concat with separator is the separator itself. So we run that, and we are going to get, yeah. So it says chai weighs 10 boxes by 20 bags and costs $1. Let's drag this out a bit. Yeah. So yeah. So another thing is is that everything here is actually rounded. So we have to go in there, go back in here and round it so that it doesn't say $18, $19. So come here and we say round unit price to zero, like that. So we should run that. Perfect. So we get the exact same outcome. So has been a long session. This last 25 was like a lot, but then we are done. That is the solution for the entire northwind 50. I am going to, like, advise you to always practice, especially anything that is code related, query related. The best way to attain mastery and get comfortable is to keep practicing, keep doing it, get your hand in it every single day, and you're going to get better. So that is that on SQL. Thank you very much for following through the entire course and entire tutorial. I have subsequent videos coming up on every other thing within data science and analytics. We are getting into business intelligence with Power BI. We are getting into Python for data analysis, Python basics also. We are getting into ML, classical machine learning, deep learning, all of those stuff. You are going to find it on this particular I don't know, channel or whatever you want to call this. So thank you very much. See you guys in the next one. Bye.